Hi everyone! Welcome back to C2 Novel and Vocab Week 8. Thank you for joining me again this week, and I'm so excited to start. If you've already watched my videos, please go ahead and skip to the first word. However, if this is your first week, please stay and listen. So, hello! My name is Miss Kimberly. And the goal of our session is to have students understand each word in the vocabulary workbook and be cognizant, which means to know of some phrases from our novel that may be difficult for us to understand. And I'll be here as your guide to help you through it all. So today's agenda. First, we'll be going over Week 8 vocabulary. 2, go over extra example sentences. 3, go over difficult phrases from the novel in our other video. And 4, review and self-study after both videos. But, Miss Kimberly, why are we doing this? We're going over Week 8 vocabulary for vocabulary acquisition. This means to have a lot of vocabulary words in our brain. By learning the definition, synonym, antonym, and the part of speech of a word, this can significantly improve reading comprehension and enhance your contextual usage. Next, we'll be going over extra example sentences, and this is to help with our writing variation. By looking at a variety of example sentences with a specific vocabulary word, students, which are you, can learn how to use the word in different sentence structures. So, without further ado, please go ahead and get your vocabulary workbook, and if you haven't already, please turn with me to Week 8, which is page 64. Everyone, please go to page 64. And let's get started. So repeat after me. Number 1, definitive. Definitive. Our synonym is conclusive, and the antonym is uncertain. So what does that mean? The definitive means certain then, the opposite of uncertain. The part of speech is an adjective, and it means firm, final, and complete. Not to be questioned or changed. So it's final. No more changing. In our TED Talks, it says, there is not enough data to make a definitive conclusion, but we can make a very good guess. So meaning we can find our final conclusion without any more changes. That's it. That's done. Let's read the example together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Her definitive answer settled the long argument once and for all. Meaning there was an argument going on, but then her final answer, her definitive answer said, no more fighting, no more arguing. It's done deal now. Okay? Please remember to write down the example sentence, the one that we just read together here in this big white rectangle. Now, let's look down here with the extra example sentences. It says, the teacher gave a definitive answer to the student's question, leaving no room for confusion. So after the teacher was able to explain it, no more confusion. Everybody was able to understand a definitive answer. Next, it says the coach made a definitive decision to change the lineup, and the players had to follow it. So say that you're playing a sport and then you're always playing, but then the coach decided, oh, you're not going to play anymore, you're going to rest. So he made a definitive decision, a final decision about who is going to play and who is not going to play. Definitive. Number 2, everyone say recall. And go like this with your finger. Recall. The synonym is recollect, and the antonym is forget. It is a verb, and it means to remember something from the past. So you're trying to recall something from the past. You knew about it, but you're not quite sure, so you try to recall it. In our TED Talks, it says, I could not recall the location of the office, so I used my app. So he couldn't find where the office was. He couldn't remember. So he had to rely on something else, which was his app. Example, ready to read together? 1, 2, 3. The older we get, the harder it is to recall what we do every day. Oh my, this is quite true for me. It's hard for me to recall what I did over this weekend. What did I do again? Maybe, but for you, if you're younger, you're able to be like, oh yeah, I went to the beach and I played with my mom and dad. To recall, to remember something from the past. Very good, let's look down here. It says, she tried to recall the details of the dream she had the night before. So, this always happens to me. When I wake up, I'm like, I had a really fascinating dream, but what was it? And then it's hard for me to recall what actually happened. Next one, it said, he could easily recall the names of all his classmates from elementary school. Oh my. I had about 30 students in my class, and I can definitely not recall all of their names. It's a very difficult task to do. Everyone say recall. All right, number 3. Everyone say emerge. Emerge. The synonym is arise, and the part of speech is a verb. It means to become known, especially as a result of examining something or asking questions about it. So emerge can also be like to come up and rise up. But here in this definition, we're trying to think about to be known, to emerge, to have a aha moment. In our TED Talks, it says, we interviewed a lot of people about the traffic problems, and slowly a solution began to emerge. Good, so after all these interviews with other people, they decided and they were able to come to a decision about some kind of solution. It emerged. It came up in their heads. Example, it's time for you to read with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. New evidence began to emerge as the detective continued his investigation. So, as the detective kept looking for clues, and he had new evidence, it started to emerge. It started to come out. He was able to find out some more information. Let's look down here. It says, after the rain stopped, a rainbow emerged from behind the clouds. So this one was similar to our synonym where it says arise. So after the rain, a rainbow emerged. It came out. Next one, it says the ideas emerged as they discussed the problem, leading to a creative solution. So usually when we're talking about a problem and we're talking with others, then we're able to get ideas from other people, and then a solution may emerge. Number 4, everyone say rob of. Rob of. The synonym is deprive, and it is a phrasal verb. Why? Because there are, more than one word in it. And it means to prevent somebody from having something that they need or deserve. So we're robbing them of something, okay? In our TED Talks, it says, always taking the quickest route may rob you of the chance to see the beautiful countryside. So in our TED Talks, I was talking about the different types of commutes, right? And how to go. So here, if you always go through the quickest route, the quickest way all the time, it robs you. It takes that opportunity away from you to see the beautiful countryside. Okay, let's read the example together. 1, 2, 3. The evil king robbed Jack of his freedom and rights by locking him up. So as you can see, if we have a rob and then a little squiggly line, we call this a tilde and then of. So as you can see here in both sentences, it says rob who of? You of. Again, robbed who of? Robbed Jack of. So there needs to be a who in the middle. Let's look down here. It says the bad weather robbed them of the chance to have a picnic in the park. Oh, So this bad weather it took away the opportunity to have a picnic outside. The next one, it says the noise robbed her of sleep, leaving her tired the next day. Oh my, so maybe there was construction going on all night long, so it robbed her of her sleep, so she was not able to sleep. Oh no. And now we're on to our novel words. Everyone say primly. Primly. The synonym is correctly, and the antonym is sloppily. And as you can see, they all end in ly, which gives us a little hint that this is indeed an adverb. And it means in a proper, neat, and precise way. Primly. So if I always think of whenever we drink tea, and we have our little pinky out, right? We're drinking tea very primly. Let's look at what our book says. You're a slitherer. That's all you are. You just slither along. I glide, said the earthworm primly. So the earthworm here isn't trying to say that he slithers, but he's trying to think of a more proper or a better word. So he says that he glides and says. Next, let's read the example. 1, 2, 3. The princess sat primly in her chair, following her lessons on table manners. So here, the princess is sitting all nice and tall. She maybe has her pinky out, and she's also drinking tea, and she's learning about table manners. Over here, it says, he dressed primly for the meeting, making sure every detail of his outfit was perfect. So again, he dressed in a very proper and neat way. Next one, it says, she primly placed the napkin on her lap before starting to eat. Oh yes, I would always pretend when I was younger, I would take the napkin, and then put it on my lap, very so primly like a princess, trying to be so proper so that it catches all the food that falls on my lap. Primly. Number 6, everyone say withering. Withering. The synonym is disdainful, and the antonym is admiring. It is an adjective, and it means intended to make someone feel humiliated. So, not a very good word. We're trying to make someone feel humiliated, a bit embarrassed. In the book it says, gave him a withering look. Young fellow, he said, speaking in a deep, slow, scornful voice. So, as you can see what I just did, like in what the picture is doing, a withering look, a not so nice look. Example, 1, 2, 3. My sister gave me a withering look because she thought my outfit was hideous. That's not a very nice sister, but maybe she is wearing like a clown hat and, striped shirt and polka dot pants and then another butterfly shoes? I don't know. Withering look because she thought the outfit was ugly, hideous. Here, it says her withering glare made him feel embarrassed for making the mistake. So we wouldn't and we shouldn't really be making withering looks at someone. It makes them feel quite embarrassed. Next one, it says the principal gave a withering look to the student who was talking during the lesson. So here, maybe the student kept talking when they shouldn't have been. Maybe they kept interjecting, one of our old vocabulary words. And so the principal gave a withering look, like, you shouldn't do that. Number 7, oh no, look at this picture. Everyone say hysterics. Hysterics. The synonym is frenzy, and the antonym is collectedness, meaning calm. So here, it's a noun and it means an uncontrolled laughter or uncontrolled crying or an uncontrolled extreme emotion of something else. So it's not just you're laughing like ha 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 or crying like it's uncontrolled. You're going crazy about it. In the book it says, this sent the centipede into hysterics. pulling his leg, he cried, wriggling with glee and pointing at the earthworm. This is when they're all making fun of him. Not so nice. Example, let's read together. 1, 2, 3. Leo broke into hysterics and began crying loudly when he realized he was lost. Oh my. Yes, if I was a baby like the one in the picture, I would also break into hysterics, meaning uncontrolled crying, from being lost. Where's my mommy? Down here, it says, when she lost her favorite toy, she went into hysterics and couldn't stop crying. She's like, oh no, where's my toy? And then she kept crying and yelling and, whew, my ear. Next one, it says, she tried to stay calm, but when the spider appeared, she went into hysterics. Oof. If I also saw a big spider, I think I may go into a hysteric. Number 8, everyone say desolate. Desolate. The synonym is deserted and the antonym is lively. It's an adjective which means empty and without people or anything pleasant. So it's kind of like empty, lonely, and kind of sad. In the book it says, who lives in the desolate snow and whenever he catches a cold, which he dreads. Desolate snow, meaning it's so empty there. Let's look at the example for a better example. Read together. 1, 2, 3. This used to be a lively town, but it is a desolate wasteland now. Meaning, as you can see in the picture, say that it used to be like Suntom. There's cars everywhere, there's people around, but then it turned into a desolate wasteland like the picture above, meaning there's no one there. But let's see why a city may turn desolate. So let's look at my extra example sentences. First, it says, the desert seemed desolate with nothing but sand and rocks. So again, when you think about a desert, you don't think about so many different lively animals and having a fun time. It's kind of, empty. Next one, it says, after the storm, the desolate neighborhood was filled with debris and broken trees. So there's another reason why a neighborhood may become desolate. All right. Number 9, the last one on page 65, it says insidiously. Let's say that one more time. Insidiously. The synonym is slyly, and the antonym is honestly. Again, another hint with the ly. It's an adverb, and it means in a way that gradually and secretly causes harm. Okay, so insidiously. So we're being secretive about it, and then there's something bad that's going to happen. In our book, it says 1 second later, slowly, insidiously, oh, most gently, the great peach started to lean forward and steal into motion. So the peach, this is when the big peach started to and rock down the hill. Example, read together. 1, 2, 3. The disease spread insidiously through the community and infected everyone. Oof. So maybe someone had a cold and then it started to spread insidiously in a secretive and gradually getting bigger and bigger way. Here, it says the rumor insidiously spread through the school, causing misunderstandings and hurt feelings. Not so good to be spreading rumors, right? Next one, it says the pollution insidiously affected the environment, slowly harming the plants and animals. So pollution isn't just like, boom, next day everything's bad. Pollution is gradual, meaning step by step, little by little, and it causes harm in the end. All right, everyone, let's turn to the next page on 66, and we're now on word 10. Everyone say bungalow. bungalow. The synonym is cottage, and the part of speech is a noun. It means a house that has one main level and a second smaller level above it. So it's a two-story house. In the book it says cow sheds, stables, pigsties, barns, bungalows, hayricks, anything that got in its way when toppling over. This is when the peach kept rolling over different types of houses. It's just listing the different types of maybe animal houses or just regular houses. Example, let's read together. 1, 2, 3. Their cozy bungalow by the beach was the perfect vacation spot. So as you can see in the picture, that does really look like a perfect vacation spot. Here it says they built a bungalow in the countryside, surrounded by trees and flowers. Very nice. Next one, it says the bungalow was painted a bright yellow, making it stand out in the neighborhood. So yes, it's just another word for a house. Number 11, everyone say serenely. Serenely. The synonym is peacefully, and the antonym is chaotically. Again, with all these LYs, it gives us a hint it's an adverb. There's quite a few adverbs this week, you guys. And it means in a calm and untroubled manner. Meaning you're very calm. You're very at peace about something. No panicking here. And in the book it says, but a few seconds later, up it came again. And this time, up it stayed, floating serenely upon the surface of the water. Because when the peach one fell and dunked into the ocean and came back up and then dunked back in, and then now it's finally just on the water and peaceful. Example. I felt at peace as I serenely sat by the warm fireplace, reading my favorite book. Ooh, I would love to do that. I don't think many places have fireplaces in Korea, but that would be very nice and peaceful to serenely sit by a warm fireplace. Here, it says she walked serenely through the park, enjoying the peaceful morning air. So here, she's not in a rush. She's just walking very nice and quietly and, not trying to go anywhere. She's just wandering. Next one, the cat lay serenely in the sunlight, completely relaxed and calm. My cat does this all the time. She's always just laying in the sun and sleeping there. She looks very serene, which is an adjective, or I can say she serenely lays in the sunlight. 12, everyone say coil and go like this with your arms. Coil. Coil. The synonym is entwine and the antonym is untwist. It is a verb and it means to wind into loops around someone or something. So as you can see in the picture above, the snake is coiled around this branch. In our book, it says, coiled himself around James's body in a panic and refused to unwind. So not only is it just hugging James's body, but it's coiled around. Example, let's read. 1, 2, 3. The snake coiled itself around the tree branch, waiting for its unsuspecting prey. So again here, as we just explained the picture above. Over here it says, she carefully coiled the garden hose after watering the plants. So the hose is, where the water comes out in our garden. So instead of just leaving it on the floor, they decide to coil it. So to wrap it around in circles after watering the plants. Next, it says, she could feel the cat's tail gently coiling around her leg as it brushed past. I love it when my cat does this. You can feel its tail like coiling and going around your leg. So cute. Number 13, everyone say a mist. A mist. And here, the synonym is between. The part of speech is, this is a preposition and it means in the middle of. A mist. So in our book it says, amidst mounting excitement and shouts, the whole company climbed up the ladder one by one. So you can say among or in the middle of all these shouts, among, in the middle. between all our synonyms. Example. Let's read together. 1, 2, 3. Amidst the chaos of the city, we found a quiet park to relax in. So even though it was so loud and bustling in the city, amidst all that chaos, among all that chaos, we're able to find a quiet park. Next one. It says, the little bird built its nest amidst the branches of a tall tree. So here you can say they built the nest between all the different branches. Next one, it says, amidst the piles of books, he finally found the one he had been searching for. So maybe there's like a big pile, and then among all those books, between all those books, they're finally able to find what they needed. 14, the last word for our novel. Everyone say vertically. Vertically. The synonym, there is none, but antonym we have horizontally. This is an adverb and it means in an upright direction. So vertical means up and down, right? Going up and down like this, whereas horizontally would mean side to side, left to right. In the book it says, the whole company disappeared into a dark, soggy tunnel in the ceiling that went steeply, almost vertically upward. So it's very steep. It was still like this with my hand, but it's saying it's almost vertically upward, meaning straight up and down. Example, let's read together. 1, 2, 3. The helicopter rose vertically, lifting off the ground and flying straight into the air. So as you know, when we ride a plane, it goes like at an angle. We start like this and it goes and then slowly goes up. However, a helicopter can just, because of the propellers at the top, can just go vertically up above the land. Here, it says he jumped vertically to catch the ball, leaping higher than his teammates, meaning he jumped up really high. Next one, it says the elevator moved vertically between the floors, stopping at each level to pick up passengers. So again, the elevator doesn't go side to side, right? It goes level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and goes up, 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 up. All right, let's move on to our textbook words. 15, everyone say stranded. Stranded. The synonym is helpless, and it is an adjective. It means lacking what is necessary to leave a place or to get out of a situation. So you're basically stuck there. You're helpless. No matter what you do, you're stranded there. In the book it says, we have a stranded sea turtle. Can you help? Meaning this turtle cannot move. It cannot leave or escape. It's stuck there. It's helpless. Example. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The stranded man has been stuck on the island since his boat broke. Oh, I see the man. Can you see the man in the picture? He's very, very small. So he was stuck there. Here, it says the car broke down, leaving them stranded on the side of the road. This happened to me too. The car ran out of gas on the highway. So we were stranded on the road. This is a long time ago when I was a kid. Not a good feeling. Next one, it says, since the plane was delayed, passengers were stranded at the airport for hours. Oh no, I would never want this to happen to me. I do not want to be stranded at the airports all day. Number 16, everyone say inventory. The synonym is stock, and it is a noun. It means a complete list of the things that are in a place. So we have the whole list of what is there. That is called inventory. In our textbook it says, and we took inventory by counting the number of hatched eggs. Meaning, what did they do? They made a list of how many hatched eggs there were by counting it. Let's read the example. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The staff members are taking inventory of all the supplies in the storage room. So they can be like, oh, we have 10 scissors, we have 10 textbooks, we have 5 glue sticks. Did you know that MI also has an inventory of all the books in the library? Fun fact, fun fact. Let's look here. It says the teacher kept an inventory of all the school supplies in the classroom closet. Yes, so that the teacher also knows that she is not missing anything. Next one. Oh, I gave away this sentence a little bit. It says the librarian updated the inventory of books to make sure everything was in order. Usually at schools, at your school probably, or even at the regular library, when it is time for summer break or winter break, the librarian usually updates the inventory to make sure that all the students return their books in time. Number 17. Everyone say obliterate. Obliterate. And here the synonym is eliminate. Ooh, these two words rhyme, so that's a little hint of how you can kind of remember for the test. It's a verb, and it means to remove all signs of something, either by destroying it or by covering it so that it cannot be seen. So obliterate. When I think about obliterate, I think of like a bomb, because a bomb will obliterate anything that's around there. In the book, it says Kemp's Ridley is an endangered species that was almost obliterated within just the blink of an eye. Meaning they become extinct they almost became extinct with a blink of an eye, which means really, really fast. Example, let's read together. 1, 2, 3. Most buildings near the shoreline were obliterated after the tsunami hit. So the tsunami came and it just crushed and destroyed everything. Yikes. Next one, let's read. It says the powerful wave obliterated the sandcastle they had spent hours building. Oh no, poor sandcastle. Next one, it says the explosion. Remember when I was talking about the bomb? The explosion was so strong that it obliterated the old building, leaving nothing behind. Obliterates. Number 18, our last word for textbook. Everyone say obligation. Obligation. It is a noun, and the synonym is responsibility. It means something that a person must do because of a law, a rule, or a promise. So you have to do it. It's obligation. In our textbook, it says, I feel like we've got an obligation to try to bring this species back so that it can be enjoyed by future generations. Meaning they feel like they have this duty. It's their obligation. It's like they have this feeling of a promise within themselves so that future generations, younger kids, can also enjoy this turtle. Example, let's read together. Parents have an obligation to keep their children safe, meaning it's a parent's duty. It's their rule. It's what they have to do as a parent to keep their children safe. Here, it says they felt a strong obligation to protect the environment and reduce waste. Yes, we don't want to create too much trash. We want to recycle. We got to reduce the use of things and reuse some others. Obligation. Next one, it says he had an obligation to apologize after realizing he had hurt his friend's feeling. So, after hurting his friend's feeling, he was like, he felt it in his heart. He felt the obligation that he had to apologize. Good. Now, let's go to page 68. Number 19, the word is seek. Everyone say seek. The synonym is attempt, and the antonym is avoid. It is a verb, and it means to try to get or achieve something. Let's read the example. She seeks to develop an invention that will allow people to live healthier and happier lives. So she's trying to develop some kind of invention. She's trying to. seeking to. Down here, it says, she needed to seek medical attention after falling and injuring her leg. Meaning she needed to try to get some help from a doctor to seek medical attention. Next one, it says, explorers set out to seek new lands and discover uncharted territories. Meaning they're looking for new lands that no one has gone before. Uncharted means no one has gone before. To seek, to try, and achieve. And number 20, our word is change. Everyone say change. The synonym is transformation, and the antonym is sameness. It's a noun and it means the act, process, or result of something becoming different. Let's read the example. 1, 2, 3. The activist seeks to be the change she wishes to see in the world by protecting the forests. So when we think about change, a lot of us think about like the verb. The ice changed its form into liquid. Right? That's a verb. But here we're making it as a noun. It's the act of something becoming different. Here, it says the new rules brought a big change to how recess was organized at school. So maybe they had to only have 10 minutes of recess time? I don't know. Next one, it says, we need to be the change that inspires others to act with kindness. So that means we need to be the ones that first change, right? And act with kindness to everyone. Everyone say change. Ooh, ooh. Everyone clap your hands. We're done. So now, mission is in the next video, so make sure you watch the video for James and the Giant Peach. But now it is time for you to review and self-study. And this is for contextual mastery. We all want to become masters of these vocabulary words. So please review the words again, read it out loud, and complete your vocabulary homework pages on page 69 and 70. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!